Hey guys, I've got a little narrative showdown battle that I thought was pretty good against a person called Chaos Gamer 133. I don't know if he has a YouTube channel. I tried to contact him, he wouldn't reply. But if he sees this video and it's his channel, then let me know, guys. So anyways, let's get into it. So I'm going to lead with my Porygon too, and he's just going to lead with his Tentacruel, and I trace his Liquid Ooze, and I feel like a Discharge can do a lot. He goes for the Toxic Spikes, which I expected him to set up anyways. The Discharge did not do a lot whatsoever. I mean, it did like a clean 30%. But I swap into Blastoise, I get Poison right off the bat, and he goes straight for another Toxic Spike. So I make a great prediction here, and he expects me to go to Rapid Spin, and I Mega Evolve and go for the Dark Pulse on his Chandelure. Most people use Chandelure as a spin block, and the predictions were pretty good with this. And let's see, he goes into his Umbreon next, I believe, and I hate Umbreon. It is way too bulky for no reason, but I go for the Aura Spear, hoping I could crit it and kill it one shot, but no, I do this a clean like 59% damage. He goes for the Wish, so I'm gonna either have to swap out or go for another Aura Spear. Either way, he's getting his health back because of Protect. And I mean, if I went for the other Aura Spear, I probably could have just kept Aura Spearing him, but we were stuck there for a while. So I go into Darmanitan, I get poisoned. I really need to get those Toxic Spikes away. I was saying that the whole match, I need to get rid of those Toxic Spikes. I just can't find a good opportune time to Rapid Spin. I go for the superpower after he goes for the Protect, and I was hoping the superpower could OHKO, but no deal, and he goes for the Foul Play, and since Darmanitan has massive attack, the Foul Play kills me in one shot. So that kind of sucks here. I just go into my, I believe, Blastoise? Yeah, Blastoise. I go for an Aura Sphere, and I should have predicted him to switch out. He's just gonna go for the Protect after I go for the Aura Spear because he really doesn't want his Umbreon to die. His little clutchy little Umbreon ass. I really need to find a better counter for Umbreon. So I just go for the other Aura Spear. I should have predicted him to switch out and went for the Dark Pulse, but he resisted anyways. I think the Dark Pulse could have had potential damage. So I'm going to swap out here, I believe, and go into my, Slacking. So I see that I'm toxic, and I think, oh, I have Facade on this thing, let's make use of it for once. Maybe it'll do tons of damage. And it turns out I am able to kill this Tentacruel after a while, but he swaps out into Umbreon after I go for the Facade. I should have went for the Giga Impact, Choice Banded Giga Impact, because it would have mattered a lot later. So I kill the Umbreon in one shot because it can't take Slacking's Choice Banded Adamant Facade. He goes into Aerodactyl, and of course he Mega Evolves, and I'm going to be Truant this round, so it doesn't really matter what I do. He goes for the Sky Drop, which is perfectly okay with me since I'm loafing around. And this is where I believe that Giga Impact could have killed that Aerodactyl. I didn't do any damage calc, but I survived the Sky Drop and go for the Facade since I'm Choice Banded into it. And that 7%, Aerodactyl should not have been able to take that. If it was a Giga Impact, I believe it would have OHKO'd, and that would have saved me a lot of time. I go to Jellicent, although he's specially defensive. I should have went into Blastoise, but I needed him for Rapid Spin. He goes for Stone Edge, and I just go for the Scald here, and that does a ton of damage to Jellicent after the Stone Edge. And I'm just like, okay, well, I'm pretty much fucked here since I can't really do anything. And he's just gonna go into his Nidoking. And since I'm specially defensive, I thought I could take a Thunderbolt. but he gets a crit. I'm pretty sure the crit didn't even matter, but I stayed in because I thought I could take at least one Thunderbolt. I go into Porygon 2 and I go for the Ice Beam, thinking this would one-shot Nidoking, but Nidoking has a decent amount of bulk. It's not the greatest, and plus Porygon 2 is not EV trained in any special attack at all. HP and then 128 in defense and 128 in special defense. Black screen. Fuck you, black screen. That probably lost a bit of the recording there. So he went into his Tentacruel. I just go for the discharge after I just predict him to switch out. I didn't predict him to switch out at all, but I just go for the discharge, hoping it would kill. And I think he goes for another Toxic Spikes here. No, he goes for a Scald after this, I believe. Hoping to kill Porygon 2, but since I'm specially defensive, I can take it. I go for the discharge and finally get rid of this Tentacruel. It's been a pain in my ass the whole game. So Porygon 2 is unfortunately going to die from the Toxic here, and I'm just going to swap into my Blastoise. Come on, Blastoise, pop out. So Blastoise is right there. I go for the Rapid Spin. I should have just went for the Scald and killed the Nidoking instead of wasting a turn on the Rapid Spin. That way I might have won. Yeah, spoiler, I lose this match, but he Thunderbolts me. I should have went for the Scald. I could have won that and maybe done some extra damage to that Excavalier. I go out Gallade and just leave him with a Leaf Blade. Now I'm thinking, the only way I can win this, if my close combat gets a crit on his Excavalier. So I go for the close combat, unfortunately no crits, and he's going to be able to knock me out with a Mega Horn, and that will be GG. If this guy has a channel, let me know, guys. He didn't contact me, as I said before, and that was a pretty close game. I liked it a lot. I probably could have won if I predicted better or just played better. And I will see you guys next time. Remember to leave a like and subscribe, and check out my channel for more Pokemon videos. Later.